The town where life will never be the same. Two boys, 11 and 13, are charged with yesterday's schoolyard slaughter. You will hear about who they are from some of their victims and one of their great-grandmothers. And kids causing trouble. Are American schools too soft? Tonight, a look at one state's answer. Get in trouble and you are out for good.
This is the CBS Evening News. With Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. Two Arkansas schoolboys were ordered held late today to face 5 murder charges. If tried and convicted as juveniles, the 11 and 13-year-old suspects could go free before they reach their 20s. Just 24 hours ago, they allegedly turned their school grounds in Jonesboro into killing grounds and refocused public attention on school violence in America. CBS's Jim Axelrod is on the scene in Jonesboro.
They came back in tears today. The blood of 15 students and teachers still staining the sidewalks at Westside Middle School. Of them, 5 are dead.
We're just all shocked. We just can't believe it would happen here.
But it did. Chaos quickly engulfed Westside's campus as emergency workers frantically tried to save lives. Detectives spent today studying bullet holes in gymnasium walls, combing woods that provided cover for a massacre, and removing some fence that was in the line of fire for evidence.
This is the biggest and the most tragic I've ever seen, and I hope it's the last one I ever see in my career like this.
And here's what investigators now say happened. A fire alarm was pulled at 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Students and teachers filed out a back door into a grassy area bordered by a fence and some woods. Moments later, say eyewitnesses, 2 boys opened fire from the woods 100 yards away.
Gunshots were everywhere. Everybody was falling, screaming, crying. Blood was everywhere.
Most of the teachers and students were pinned in by the fence and may have been unable to get back into the building, blocked by a self-locking fire door.
I saw people falling, and it was just like, what is going on? And then I just ran. I mean, I didn't know what to do.
Jonesboro 911 received the first call at 12:36. More than 20 shots fired, people down. The first ambulances arrived 6 minutes later. The rescue workers unsure if the shooters had been captured.
There was a time lapse in there that when they got here until that, someone reported them that everything was clear. So you got a little looking over your shoulder too.
2 Westside students, Mitchell Johnson, 13, and Andrew Golden, 11, were caught a few minutes later with rifles and pistols. Relatives say Golden stole at least some of the guns from his grandfather, who taught the boy to shoot on this farm. Investigators say when they moved in on the boys, one leveled a rifle at a deputy before surrendering. And classmates now say Johnson had threatened violence the day before.
And he just said, I got a lot of killing to do, and you'll see tomorrow. And one of my friends, Jamie Clevenger, asked him, she said, am I one of them? And he said, well, you'll have to find out.
At a hearing late this afternoon, a judge ordered Johnson and Golden held in jail to face 5 counts of capital murder. Both boys will be tried as juveniles. And even if convicted, the way the law reads in Arkansas right now, by the time they're 18, they would both go free. Dan?
Thanks. For the students who survived yesterday's shootings, today was a day for remembering their friends and thinking about how much they had lost. CBS's Bob McNamara has that part of the story.
The Lady Warriors of Westside Middle School have always been winners. 6th grade girls who played hard and laughed hard and celebrated life. But tonight the little girl holding the trophy is gone, and Paige Herring's teammates are in pain.
I don't know what had to happen to her. She would never hurt anybody.
She was real pretty, and she didn't have no reason to die or nothing.
Now the team is wearing white ribbons and thinking dark thoughts.
Candace, she got shot right in the side.
They all lost something yesterday. They saw young friends die, other friends hurt.
I just saw the dirt flying and everything.
They learned that a cherished teacher was gone.
She knew how to help us learn everything so that we would understand it. And if I did go back, I wouldn't want to go outside. I'd stay inside. I won't go outside.
Here, while people mourn the victims, they are also remembering the villains accused in this tragedy. They too were young and familiar faces in a town that is now divided over who Andrew Golden and Mitchell Johnson really were.
I got shot in the arm twice. One went in and it went back out.
Tristan McGowan was the only boy wounded in the schoolyard attack.
Mitchell, he gets in trouble quite a bit. He been claiming to be in a gang lately. And Andrew, he's my cousin, and we see each other every now and then.
He'd always been just fascinated by guns, because he'd play outside with his guns.
Andrew Golden's great-grandmother lived near him and says she's worried about him now.
He said he never shot nobody. He said, I never shot nobody. But,
and do you believe that?
I don't know, honey. I want to believe it.
She says her great-grandson was a nervous and sensitive but normal 11-year-old.
Andrew Golden said that he was going to do that, and I didn't believe him because I didn't think they would do such a thing like that. I can still see all the people laying there, and I don't want to see it again.
Here they are holding on to their memories, to their families, to the belief that a good kid can't go so bad so soon.
11-year-old. You just can't imagine, can you?
In the town of Jonesboro tonight, they are still a team. Bob McNamara, CBS News, Jonesboro, Arkansas.
We want to report to you at least a little tonight about each of the 5 people, the children, who died in the shooting spree, as friends and relatives remembered them. Brittany Varner, 11 years old, was on the softball team. Her friend Natalie Brooks, 12 years old, also killed, loved to chat with Brittany in the outfield so much that sometimes they lost track of the game. Paige Ann Herring, 12 years old, quote, loved going to class every day. Stephanie Johnson, 12, loved choir, math, and her teachers. And then there was the adult English teacher, Shannon Wright, 32 years old. She attended the middle school herself as a child. She loved children, had a young son, was pregnant with her second child. She died, the teacher, trying to protect her students. By the way, in Arkansas, you must be 21 to own a handgun, but the state has no law against minors having shotguns or rifles, the fatal weapons in yesterday's shootings. In a controversial backlash against school violence, one state is punishing troublemakers for life. That story still to come on the CBS Evening News. Also ahead, the scare about a drug-resistant bacteria in your beef. Monica Lewinsky's mother back in court. A wake-up call about how many Americans are deprived of sleep, and Rwanda drums up a warm reception for President Clinton.
After his heart attack, Ed's doctor told him to exercise and take aspirin regularly. So he takes genuine Bayer aspirin to help prevent a second heart attack. But then there are those days when Ed's muscles ache and Ed could use extra strength Bayer. Nothing is stronger for pain. If you're on an aspirin regimen, you don't need Tylenol because doctors say you can take more aspirin for pain.
How are your legs?
Great. Race you home.
Bayer, powerful pain relief and so much more.
It's time to discover cars and trucks you may not have thought about before. The 1998 Oldsmobiles at Discover Days. Consider the Aurora, the only domestic luxury car named a Best Buy 3 years straight by Consumer's Digest. An automobile whose dramatic styling is matched by a powerful V8. Discover it yourself with a limited time offer of 1.9 financing. Discover Days with incredible 1.9 financing on all Oldsmobiles at your local Oldsmobile dealer now.
Misty takes good care of her puppies, doesn't she, Mommy?
Yes, she does. And we take good care of Misty. Like when we protect her with Frontline.
Frontline?
See, one spot right here gets rid of fleas and ticks that can make us sick.
Does it hurt?
No, Frontline's really gentle. You know how I know?
'Cause you're a vegetarian.
Veterinarian.
Frontline, the flea and tick protection veterinarians trust most.
President Clinton today called for a Justice Department investigation into school violence in the aftermath of the school shooting back in his home state of Arkansas. The president did so on his 12-day, six-nation tour of Africa, where today's stop brought him to the killing fields of Rwanda and a promise of never again. CBS News White House correspondent Scott Pelley is traveling with the president.
President Clinton today apologized to the living and the dead. In a meeting with survivors of Rwanda's great genocide, Mr. Clinton acknowledged neither he nor the world did enough to stop the slaughter.
There were people like me sitting in offices day after day after day who did not fully appreciate the depth and the speed with which you were being engulfed by this unimaginable terror. The images of all that haunt us all. The dead choking the Kagera River. We are reminded of the capacity in people everywhere to slip into pure evil. And never again must we be shy in the face of the evidence.
In 1994, the most intensive massacre of the century swept across Rwanda. The government of the time tried to exterminate a rival ethnic group. 90 days of terror left 1 million dead and 3 million on the run. Even today, camps in Central Africa shelter the refugees. Many are orphans of genocide. Siku Bwavo's mother died on the march. What Mr. Clinton heard at the airport is the story that these people have been enduring for more than 4 years. This is a refugee camp at the crossroads of the Exodus, roughly where the borders of Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda meet. Even today, thousands of people remain in camps like this. Uraragi was 13 when he ran from a massacre. A rival ethnic group had called a village meeting, then opened fire on its opponents.
Where are your parents?
You're also in that meeting.
Now he is alone in the world, but he and the others refuse to return because despite a new government, killings continue. Today, Mr. Clinton warned the United States will move swiftly against genocide wherever it occurs. He also pledged money for the refugees of Rwanda in hopes of securing a future for those who have already lost their past. Scott Pelley, CBS News, traveling with the president in Kampala, Uganda.
Tornadoes have cut a swath of death and destruction in eastern India. The tornadoes touched down in a string of villages, collapsing buildings and burying many victims in the debris. At least 200 people are dead in India and thousands homeless.
I've got all my receipts right here and my pay stubs, of course. I know how these things can go. I mean, I've heard how these things can go. I've never actually been audited before, if that's what you're thinking. And if this is about that home office deduction, I can show you a blueprint of my home.
Did you make money last year, Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Did you send us most of it?
Yes.
Thank you. Next.
See, life doesn't have to be so complicated. A simple reminder from Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Simple is good.
You exercise.
Absolutely.
You eat right.
Every day.
With your high cholesterol, aren't you afraid of a first heart attack?
Why do you think I eat right and exercise?
Still, that might not be enough to prevent a first heart attack.
That won't happen to me. Won't happen to me.
But it can, because if you have high cholesterol, you could be at risk of a first heart attack.
Well, what else can I do?
Talk to your doctor about Provocol now. Lots of medications can lower cholesterol, but with Provocol, there's more. Provocol lowers cholesterol and is the only drug of its kind proven to help prevent a first heart attack.
So it can really help control my risk?
Yes, in fact, Provocol can reduce the risk up to 1/3. Provocol, when used together with diet and exercise, has been prescribed for millions. It's not for people with liver problems or women who are pregnant or nursing or may become pregnant. Your doctor may do blood tests to check your liver function because serious side effects can result. Tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Provocol. For information, ask your doctor or call us. Provocol, proven to reduce the risk of a first heart attack up to 1/3.
Kids' PJs, long johns, t-shirts. Are your kids sleeping in clothes that could be fire hazards? We'll tell you what's safe, plus your latest weather.
That's tomorrow.
On This Morning.
In Washington, Republicans on Capitol Hill added new fuel today to keep the White House under fire. They voted millions more dollars to keep investigating the Clinton camp in many directions, including possible impeachment proceedings. CBS's Phil Jones has the latest. Phil?
Dan, the cost of investigating Washington scandals went up by more than $3 million today. Over Democratic objections, House Republicans approved the additional funds to pay for investigations into illegal fundraising and to beef up the Judiciary Committee, which would be involved in any impeachment investigation of President Clinton. And remember Monica Lewinsky's mother? 6 weeks ago, Marcia Lewis left the courthouse clutching her stomach after a day and a half of what was described as emotional stress before the grand jury. Her lawyer tried to get her excused from further appearances. Today, she was back again, asking the judge to dismiss her from further testimony about her daughter. And again, the judge refused. A psychiatrist who is frequently used as an expert witness in court testified, but today's arguments were made under court seal, and Lewis's attorney, Billy Martin, would only confirm that Monica's mother remains a grand jury witness.
Marcia Lewis would like me to note that in love and support of her daughter Monica, through all of this, she would look forward to making a statement that explains her views of this matter.
The independent counsel is trying to determine whether Monica Lewis's mother would have been involved in advising her daughter on how to obstruct the investigation into her relationship with President Clinton. And there is still no word on when Monica Lewinsky will be called before the grand jury. Dan?
Phil Jones. On our CBS News Market Watch tonight, with mortgage rates down, sales of used homes increased 8.7% to a new record last month, but American factories suffered a big drop, more than 34%, in orders to build passenger jets. This due largely to the collapse in demand from Asia.
It's a great day for the comfort and convenience of changing tint Transitions lenses. Indoors, they lighten. Outdoors, they darken. So lightweight plastic Transitions lenses are right in any light. Make the change to Transitions lenses and see for yourself. Come to a JCPenney Optical Center and save 40%. Check your yellow pages for a participating location.
Are you sure you can make turnovers, Dad?
I'm sure.
Too full.
It'll fit.
Mom doesn't do that.
Trust me.
With hot, flaky Pillsbury turnovers.
You've got it made.
Has frequent heartburn been a persistent problem for you? Have you treated it but still suffer on 2 or more days a week? Do you keep getting heartburn even though you've changed your diet? Your heartburn may be due to a potentially serious condition called acid reflux disease. Ask your doctor if Prilosec is right for you. Just 1 Prilosec capsule daily can provide 24-hour acid control. Prilosec is not for everybody. Only your doctor can decide if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. To learn more, call this number, ask your doctor or pharmacist, or see our Life magazine ad. Want 24-hour acid control with just 1 daily capsule? Ask your doctor about Prilosec.
The best way to stop suffering from allergies is never to start. This is Nasal Crom. You heard right. Nasal Crom. It's allergy prevention. Nasal Crom doesn't just relieve allergies. It flat out prevents them, preventing the natural defenses in your nose from going haywire. So you can live like a person with no allergies. Nasal Crom's like nothing else. No drowsiness, no jitters, no dependency. Nasal Crom. The best way to stop suffering is never to start.
El Nino changed their lives in an instant.
My house. Away.
They're paying the price for nature's fury. So are you. 48 Hours Thursday.
In Oregon, the nation's only state law allowing doctor-assisted suicide has reportedly been tested for the first time. A woman in her 80s with breast cancer asked for and got a lethal dose of sleeping pills and a glass of brandy. She died in her sleep 30 minutes later, friends and family at her side. New medical research tonight on the value of combination drug treatments on 2 fronts. One study finds combining these 2 new diabetes drugs is much more effective for hard-to-treat diabetics than either drug alone. And another study provides more evidence that HIV drug combination cocktails, especially protease inhibitors, are a key factor in the decline of AIDS-related deaths and illness. As for newly emerging antibiotic-resistant superbugs, there's new research tonight suggesting the problem isn't just doctors and hospitals overprescribing antibiotics. Instead, it could be what's in the food chain from the cattle ranch, as CBS's John Roberts reports.
This new research provides, for the first time, clear evidence that using antibiotics to promote livestock growth raises a frightening public health threat, a bacteria that can't be killed.
The ultimate danger is that this particular bacterium is resistant to all available drugs, and this means that it cannot be treated when it causes infections in humans.
The bacteria Henrik Wegener traced is one of the biggest sources of hospital infections in the United States. And while we've never used the antibiotic that caused the problem in Europe, the Centers for Disease Control says there are plenty of other drugs being fed to livestock that can cause similar problems.
Well, antibiotic resistance is increasing in a number of organisms in this country, and we have to really focus on more prudent antibiotic use both in humans and animals.
Case in point, a new multi-drug resistant form of salmonella found in antibiotic-fed dairy cattle has caused outbreaks in California, Washington State, Nebraska, and Vermont. And the CDC says already 13% of Campylobacter, a bacteria rampant in poultry, is drug resistant. Antibiotic makers are concerned about the potential for antibiotic resistance, but say they're following guidelines laid down by the Food and Drug Administration.
After many, many years of study, over 30 years, they haven't yet concluded that there's a significant problem.
The CDC says there's no question antibiotic use in the farm is the driving force in the appearance of these drug-resistant bacteria. This new study should be a wake-up call that if we misuse antibiotics, we may lose them forever. John Roberts, CBS News, New York.
There's a loud wake-up call tonight about the sleep habits of Americans. The National Sleep Foundation says most of us get far less sleep than we need, with 64% of Americans getting less than the recommended 8 hours. The group's main concern is that people are driving while sleeping. That's estimating 100,000 crashes per year are caused by drowsy drivers. And a new dinosaur discovery tonight from the journal Nature. Here on the cover of this Rolling Stone, you see what fossil experts call the world's best preserved dinosaur ever found, complete with intestines and other soft tissues intact. It's a baby theropod, distant cousin to the meat-eating T-Rex. Analysis indicates this is how the critter may have looked 110 million years ago. Coming up, the class of 2000, and one state's backlash against school violence.
AT&T presents the class of 2000.
This guy is a very simple job. See the puck? Stop the puck. See the puck? Stop the puck. Puck, bad. Glove, good. Simple. Just like
AT&T One Rate International. One low rate per country on calls from home anytime.
Exactly.
What about that 10-3-2-1 thing?
With One Rate International, most calls cost less.
So what you're basically saying...
Playing hockey, talking at the same time? Bad.
The AT&T One Rate International plan.
We were on vacation in New Orleans. Great city. But every night, I got this awful heartburn. A woman in our tour group said, "Here, try Zantac 75. "Oh, thank you," I said. "You're a saint." She said, "No, actually, I'm a doctor."
The medicine in Zantac 75 is the #1 doctor-prescribed acid reducer. It relieves even your toughest heartburn, controlling acid for up to 12 hours.
Maybe a doctor and a saint.
Zantac 75, the final word in heartburn relief.
Guess who should take better care of their teeth, our grandchild or us?
Our dentist had the surprising answer. As we get older, receding gums can make teeth extra sensitive, painful, with more chance of cavities.
So we tried Oragel Gold.
Introducing Oragel Gold, the first sensitive teeth toothpaste with 33% more fluoride than Sensodyne.
No pain, less chance of cavities.
Now we take better care of our teeth.
New Oragel Gold, the first one uniquely formulated for an adult's sensitive teeth.
Misty takes good care of her puppies, doesn't she, Mommy?
Yes, she does. And we take good care of Misty. Like when we protect her with Frontline.
Frontline?
See, one spot right here gets rid of fleas and ticks that can make us sick.
Does it hurt?
No, Frontline's really gentle. You know how I know?
'Cause you're a vegetarian.
Veterinarian.
Frontline, the flea and tick protection veterinarians trust most.
Yesterday's slaughter in an Arkansas schoolyard began with a fake fire alarm, the kind of thing that used to be considered a juvenile prank. But for the class of 2000, False alarms, bomb scares, and other threats of school violence are no joke. CBS's Rita Braver reports from a state with a policy of zero tolerance that can cost some kids their education.
Students were forced to evacuate classes. The bomb squad called in. Time and money wasted at Maryland's Bowie High. It was all because of a bomb threat that Stephen Bibeau helped stage.
So why did you do it?
I have no clue. Probably just to get out of school for a day.
Stephen and his cohorts were quickly caught. He spent the night in jail and got out of a lot more school than he bargained for. He was thrown out of the class of 2000.
I'm expelled forever in all of Maryland.
Police Department operating 696, may I help you?
It's a growing problem nationwide.
There are 3 bombs at the school.
And in Maryland, where in one county alone there have been more than 100 incidents just this school year,
start the evacuation.
Bomb threats by kids like Stephen have made the whole community furious.
It started to create just a real problem. We thought it would disappear over the summer, after school's out, and it didn't. And this is being disrupted in a tremendously destructive way.
So officials here are coming down hard. A bill in the Maryland State Legislature would take away driving privileges from juveniles who make bomb threats and prosecute any 16 or older as adults with sentences of up to 10 years in jail.
Meanwhile, anyone who's caught is expelled, even in the lower grades, because what really troubles authorities is that younger students are aping the behavior of older ones.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
Lindsay Dupuis, honor roll student and cheerleader, says she was acting on a dare.
I had a pencil and I wrote on the bathroom wall there was a bomb in here.
For that, she spent the night in juvenile detention.
You were put in handcuffs and shackles.
Yes. And I was up all night.
Scared?
Yes. Shaking.
But her mother, Karen Bennett, says the worst of it was that Lindsay was kicked out of school for at least a year.
When you take that from them, they're not going to be stable. It gives them more opportunities to go out here and get into trouble.
Do you think that this punishment fit the crime?
No, not at all. Not at all. She was wrong for writing on that bathroom stall. But I'm sorry, it does not fit the crime.
But in the reality of the 1990s, in the aftermath of Oklahoma City and the World Trade Center, bomb threats, even by kids, are not regarded as pranks.
In our time, bomb means something. I mean, the bottom line is you have to try and stop it. And you've got to eliminate the kids that caused this to happen and tell to other kids that this is what happened to Johnny.
And as for what happened to Stephen, well, he used to hate school. But now his days are lonely and aimless.
What did you learn from all of this?
It's not worth it. Losing your education.
For the class of 2000, I'm Rita Braver in Maryland.
And that's part of our world. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. Good night.
Rely on us to get the story, get it first, and get it right. We rely on experience. The CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. Experience you can trust.
Experience CBS News.